Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Larry at Heisenberg Products. This is Larry at Heisenberg Forest Products with our weekly live video. And it smells like smoke tonight. I'm a day early because they're calling for rain tomorrow, so I decided, you know what, might as well get out today and get this weekly video out of the way. So I didn't forget my little card today, so I'm in good shape. So yeah, it's been a week of poor air quality, and I kind of felt it midweek as we were loading a load of wood for one of our customers, and I had a headache, and I wondered why, and then I realized it's that smoke, right? So they're saying that in some areas it's as bad as smoking 7 to 10 cigarettes if you're spending a day outside. So you'll see that right here, gardens are pretty much all ready to roll. In this garden here, I have some corn. So I planted some corn and I put some shavings in between the rows, and it's already dry. It's amazing how things are drying quickly. So you'll see I didn't get much work done this week, but we worked on this side of the property for a couple days. So we trimmed the trees, mowed some lawn, weeded our garden. Even this big tree here looks a lot better now. It's easier for me to clean around my summer shed. And then we started doing some work on this side of the property yesterday. So Louise and I are focusing on our just cleaning things up. So, but I still got some of the work done that I was hoping to get done. So I don't know if you remember last week, if you were with us, I had said that I wanted to clean this part of the property up, and I did that yesterday. Moved some of my plastic pallets into position here because we're going to be storing our bagged firewood right here. That's what I'm thinking now. So we didn't bag any firewood, so the pile is even a little bit bigger than it was last week. So we have lots of bagged firewood. So like I always say, these are healthy bags. They're 1.7 cubic feet. So the average bag that you're probably buying at the store is 1 cubic feet. So we fill this drum up here, this little tube, with wood, and we dump it in the bag. We put a bag over the tube and then dump it. So Louise and I are hoping to get working on that maybe next week if the weather cooperates. So we have a nice big pile here. So our bagged firewood we sell at $10 a bag, or 11 bags for $100. So we've got enough bags right now. We're not low on that. And we're always looking for resellers. So if you're interested in reselling bagged firewood for us, just give us a call. We'll figure something out with you, and then you could sell bagged firewood. See a nice piece of beech right here. So you're probably wondering why is this piece lying there? Well, this piece is too heavy for my tractor to lift up high, so I just pick it up and then I cut an 8-foot piece off and then I put it on the processor. You can see processor has been moved, and I cleaned this area here as I was hoping to do. So that happened this week. So the property looks really nice. So I started working on that pile as I was hoping to do so. So spent some time on that. I think I loaded one deck up yesterday, processed it this morning, and then loaded another deck up. So it's going well. We sold some birch. We're down to one face cord of birch. So if you're looking for birch, I got one left. Face cords at Heisenberg, 4 feet by 8 feet by 16 inches long. So those pieces are all 15 to 17 inches, but for the most part 16 inches. So you're looking at some poplar here. So I'm well stocked in poplar, and we sell our poplar at $130 a face cord. The cord of birch, the face cord of birch that I have left is $140, and we're slowly building our maple stock up. So I got enough maple right now. So, and it's drying, and you can smell it in the air. It's nice and windy here. Lots of sun. There's no trees in the way here, so there's always this little wind, so that helps. It's almost like a big oven back here in the summer. So I got some maple, $160 a face cord. And you can see that this week I knew I wouldn't get that much done because we focused on our gardens. Plus we had a bit of a family emergency that we needed to take care of, so that kept us busy for the week. So anyways, I'm hoping to get back into the woodlot next week, but I was looking at the weather before I came out this afternoon, and tomorrow it's going to rain. I usually don't do much on Sundays. I usually take it easy on Sundays, but they're calling for rain on Monday also. So depending on how wet the lot is, hopefully I can get back here next week, and I'd like to get going again. So processor is ready to go. So the pile I'm working on is right here, right beside the blue pallets. Some nice sized stuff, which it's almost ideal. So an ideal piece for me is something that size. When you go to this size, not so much, because it takes more time, right? You're doing all these cuts. So I got a few small pieces, but for the most part, I was looking at that pile. It's a nice pile. So that's the goal, is to hopefully get that done by the end of June. So I'm not sure what date we are today. I think it's June 10th. So I still have about 20 more days. I'm hoping that I can get this pile completed by the end of June, and then start on. I got a little pile of birch that I'm gonna do after that. So things are slowly progressing. It's a nice summer. So here's the wind. Same spot as last week, where I was getting a little frustrated with the wind. It seems to be windy right here. Like when I turn this corner, I hit a wall of wind. So you can see this is how I do it. Like I fill the trailer up with about 2 face cords of wood, and then I move the trailer into place, and then I stack. I have a half cord, a cord. I'm talking face cords, half face cord, 1 face cord, half face cord. So all these are 2 face cords in length. And all the smaller stuff I throw into the wheelbarrow, and I bring it over to the pile at the front of the property. So right now I'm looking at probably continuing this way. So I'm going to put a block here, a block here. I'm thinking probably 4 blocks of wood all at this end of the property before I go back to the front and start filling up again. So here's my log. I moved it, I think it was this week. So this is my own wood. So any big pieces that is too big for the processor, I set aside and bucket the old-fashioned way with a chainsaw. My dad would laugh when I say the old-fashioned way, because he did it using a buck saw. Rough life compared to what we have now. So I cleaned up this area. So I need to take the whippersnipper out and hopefully clean this up here. So I got some birch bark under these pallets here. So we usually give those out to customers. So I'm well stocked in birch bark. So I'm gonna walk back here. So it looks nice. This is a nice spot, and I've been doing a lot of thinking in the last few weeks about this business, and I've decided to, slow it down, just enjoy, instead of trying to grow the business to, bigger and bigger and buy more equipment. I'm just going to use what I own, and then just enjoy producing firewood, and I think Louise is pretty happy about that. I'm just looking at my list here. So just yeah, we're under a fire ban right now, so it's pretty quiet, and I'm okay with that. I'm doing other things, also thinking about long-term goals, not only for this business here, but Louise and I are thinking about maybe starting something else for the winter, because I'm not set up for the winter, and I don't particularly enjoy working out here in the winter. So we're just we're looking at options. I've got a nice shop right here, which is ready to go. I could build furniture. I could build anything in there. I've got all the equipment. I bought that a long time ago when I was younger. So I might look at maybe something like that next winter. Um, so yeah, under a fire ban, obviously, which makes sense. So it slowed down the sales, which I'm not producing anyway. So I'm kind of like even. I sell a couple cords, I produce a couple cords. So, but next week I'm hoping to get, 10, 12 cords done. Get a good jump on that pile. If things go well, I'm gonna do that. So, the website is finally completed. For the most part, your end is probably finally completed. So, as I've told you in the past, my son Alex is a programmer. Just graduated from Canadore College, and an awesome programmer. He really invested a lot of time in our website, and to make it all work. And as luck would have it, I've got two daughters who are both graphic designers, who also helped out in making it look nice. And my background is computer programming too, so we're all geeks working together. And all I can say, it's been a great project. So it's it's been a lot of fun, and Alex is so proud of the work that he did, and he should, because I am too. He enlisted the help of one of his teachers from Canadore, his buddy at work. Everybody got involved to help out in making that website what it is. So if you want to have a look, our website is breakingwood.com. It's an HTTPS website, so it's a secured website. And on the website, you'll see some information about us, so who we are and why we're doing this. And then, most importantly, we have an inventory page where there's a bunch of gauges on there, and it tells you what we have on our site. So that was the purpose of this website, is to be able to tell you guys what we have available, and almost in real time. It's there's a 24-hour lag, but usually, like, we're not going to be going from 100% stock to zero in one day. So it gives you an idea of what's available. So easy for you to see. The other piece to that website is the frequently asked questions page. So people are always asking the same questions, and they're looking for answers. And even if you're buying from a competitor of ours, you can go to our site and have a look and maybe get some answers to your questions without having to call anybody. So that's also a nice piece to it. And then there's a contact page. So right now, we have a little bug with our email. So if you try to email sales at Heisenberg at breakingbad.com, you'll get an error. So we're going to be fixing that this upcoming week. The whole site is dynamic. It's easy for me to update, make some changes, adjust the gauges, add a question, remove a question. So he's done such an awesome job, and it's a first in our business. I've seen a lot of websites for people who produce firewood, but nothing like we have here. So kudos to my kids, and especially to Alex, who really spent a good amount of time making this work for me, and making it easy for me to update. So that's the important part. And from your side, the information will be there. It'll be current. Like for me to update, it's as simple as, adjusting a Google sheet, which, is the way to go. So, and we moved it to a new server. That's why we're struggling. We had it on a friend's server, and I decided to move it to my own server. Like the old website was on a friend's server, and now I've got my own. So we just we did that last week. So we're in pretty good shape. Site's up and running, and I'm already updating. So as I sell wood, as I produce wood, I adjust those gauges. So without even calling us, okay, he's got no birch, for example, or he's got lots of maple. So that way you can kind of figure things out without even having to call us, or even us calling you back. So look at this nice pile of wood. Oh, I can't wait to start bagging this with Louise. It'll be fun. Under this tarp, I've got some shavings. So well stocked in shavings right now. And like I said, I use my shavings for my chickens and also for my gardens. So we've got bags. We fill co-op bags that I buy from the co-op here. So those bags measure 22 inch by 36 inches. And I sell those at $7 each, or 10 for 60. So if you need shavings, we're good here. But the thing about shavings is, I always say there's lots, but all of a sudden I got 3 customers who clean me out in a day, and then it takes a long time for me to restock because I usually fill maybe 2 bags a day with shavings. So I'm just gonna keep walking here. So anyways, that's where we're at right now, and this is my favorite time of year. May, June. I was born in June, so I guess maybe that's the reason. But I just love being out here. The green, the birds are singing. So, and I'm starting to move this again. We're gonna move this out of this area here to the east side of the lot. So this is the west side. I'm gonna move this to the east side of the lot, and then we're gonna clean this up. You can see, again, I showed you last week. You can see down there, to us is our little paradise. My son is out vacuuming the pool, which is awesome. I guess that's the advantage of having many children. I have 5 children, 2 boys and 3 girls. And right now there's 3 of them at home. My oldest is leaving soon, a little too soon. A couple months, he's going to be moving on his own. So it's going to be a bit of a change for us. So we're going to be down to 2 kids, so a son and a daughter. And then next year my son will be moving on to college. So it's going to be my wife and I and 1 daughter. So a bit of a change for us, but it's welcome because my oldest is almost 27 years old, so we've had children for a long time. So, but we like kids. I guess that's why I was an educator in my previous life before I retired. 31 years, which was an awesome career. So, look at this. Lot looks pretty nice. Like I said, I want to clean this up here. And I'm going to be storing some of those bigger pieces here. So once I have a few of them, like 10, I'll probably spend a day or 2 just bucking this stuff, splitting it, and then throwing some of it in our wood shed because I still have room for a couple face cords in there. And then once I have that done, I'll start storing the rest. I usually store it right here. So I'll store the rest of this for next year. So I'll start doing the wood, my own firewood for next year. So that's the way things are going here. So like I said, there's not a dull moment in producing firewood, but decided that it's not going to be all I do. So there's other things I want to do. So you'll see us not as productive. I'm looking at maybe producing 2 to 4 cords a day, 4 to 5 days a week, and then the rest of my time I want to work. We have so many things we want to do at the entrance of our property, around our pool. We want to keep gardening. We have some chickens. This year we even bought a pig that I'm storing at my brother's farm. So, you know, my brother's farm is right next door. So right there is where I grew up. So this here was my dad's, and he sold it to me, back in 99, I think. So we've been here for a while. So I've lived here for a long time, but I didn't buy it till 99, if I remember right. So I'm thinking, I don't think I forgot anything. At least I have my little list here. So like I said, my goal for next week is to get cracking on this pile here. Hopefully Louise and I can start bagging some stuff. That depends on Louise. She's busy with a whole bunch of other things. But I said to her, you know, if you want to do some bagging, let's get together and do some of this. You know, we could do a few mornings. But right now she's really focused on doing our gardens. So that's where she's at. And I still have plenty of bags available, so I'm not too worried about running out. But we need to get this pile done as it gets bigger. So it's not in the way, thank God, but it's going to be a bit of work for us. So a little bit of cutting, a little bit of cleanup, hopefully some campfire bagging, and that'll be next week. But like I said, they're calling for rain for a couple days, showers here and there. So depending on the amount of rain, I'm not one to work out in the rain. I've got other things I can do during that time, and we'll see. So, but by the end of June, hoping to have that pile of maple done. That's the goal. So I think I'm gonna sign off at this point. Wishing everybody an awesome weekend. Looks like rain tomorrow, so I'm good with that. I'll sit down and read. That's what I do when it's raining out. So have a great evening, everybody, and thank you for being with us today. Ciao.